Hello Aries, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. This could also be a current relationship, but there is a lack of communication. For others of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met and you know there's a whole lot of energy there, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. And yet again, we have here, I have noticed a trend and pattern over so many months now. There is some type of third party situation. This is such a reoccurring card. Now, third party doesn't necessarily mean an affair. It could also mean that the time, energy, and effort that your person of interest is supposed to be dedicating and giving to you, it's just not happening. They're just not giving you the time of day. There may be other reasons why they are unable to. So here we have, first card the strongest, order, which I sometimes call order and chaos, followed by grief, selfhood, crossroads, rhythms, victim, betrayal, nourishment, and we have shape-shifting under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. All right, before I begin, I am going to speak a little bit about these cards here. We have order, grief, victim, betrayal. Absolutely upsetting, sad cards. Yeah, it's there's not too many cards that I have in this deck that are very, very dark and dreary. These definitely are those. Okay? Now, this is your person of interest, what it is that they're feeling. However, because of the type of situation we're seeing here, the intensity of these cards, this could also mean that you yourself are going through this. And I hope not, but it is what it is, right? That's life. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aries, right now I am consumed with frustration, but also not being able to release myself from so much confusion. I'm consumed in this way. I find it hard to release myself. I'm surrounded by clouds, surrounded by thick fog, and I cannot move forwards, backwards, left or right. I want to make a move. I want to make a decision. But I can't. Because I can't see which road is the right road. For this reason, I do not make a move. I stand still. And I let things progress as nature would let it. I don't force anything. The problem is, if I was to make a move, moving forward, going and doing something, I feel as if I would make a mistake. And I feel I already have made many in this connection. So I don't make a move at all, which probably gets you angry even more. Right now, in my heart and in my mind, there is a lack of understanding, a lack of clarity, a lack of transparency, and a whole lot of confusion. And this is why, because of this distance, because of me not understanding any of this, I feel grief. I grieve. I am grieving. I try to escape from the things that I have said and done, but I cannot. Now, I grieve and I feel guilty, sadness, remorse, regret, melancholy. I feel as if I have lost you, that I've lost you forever, and you were that one shining star in my dark sky, and now that star is fading. You are no longer in my life. I do feel terrible. I wish, and I hope on the inside that I could change things, I could turn back time, but I can't. What is said is said. There are certain things that I should have said and I never did. Certain things that I could have done and I never took action. And now I regret it. I also regret the fact that I changed you as a person. Your view, your opinion on connections, relationships, on love has changed, hasn't it? I changed you. And not really into a better version, in a sense that, for me, it's not, because I can't connect with you anymore. You've changed. But for you, I see you as somebody who has changed in a positive way for yourself. But it's a challenge for me, from my point of view. You see, in this connection now, I see you as somebody who has moved on. You are somebody who is self-reliant, self-sufficient. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. You're very guarded, once bitten, twice as shy. You don't let anyone in as easily as you once did, and that was me. I unwrapped this mystery, and I unraveled all the secrets, and I was with you. Energetically, I was with you. But now, I don't even know who you are. And you didn't just change because of nothing. You changed because of me. I see you having changed because of the terrible actions that I took, and this is your reaction to it. I understand what you did. But now it's very intimidating for me, and it's very difficult for me to reach out to you because I don't even know you anymore. That is my punishment. And I am at a crossroads. I don't know which way to turn. I'm so screwed. I want to be with you, but I am so walking on eggshells right now. I just don't know what I should do. Certain things in this connection, they keep repeating, don't they? The feelings, the emotions, the actions, everything keeps repeating over and over and over again. There's this cycle that just can't be broken. And I feel that it's time that things change. Because the things that I did to you, the way that I treated you, I didn't mean for you to feel like the victim. I didn't want you to be a victim of my desires. But I guess you were. And I do grieve. I have taken you for granted. I didn't value you. There has been emotional, psychological, and sexual manipulation. I took advantage of you, and I have overindulged to the point where I even got bored. And because of that, I now know that I really have betrayed you. You thought you could predict me. You thought you really knew me. And it turns out, no. You never really knew me at all. It's not you. It's not your fault. It's just the way things were and the way they turned out. Now there's this lack of faith and there's a lack of trust. How the hell do I rebuild that? I don't know how. I also feel the sense of nourishment on so many levels that come from you. This feeling that I have, this feeling of fulfillment, it's very strong. You see, the things that I have felt, the things that I go through, you have this ability of making me believe, making me feel and sense fully immersed in the healing of me spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And only you can do that. I also feel that in this connection, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter who I'm with, my mind is always turned to you, and you are headed in a completely different direction. Even though I am walking in a different direction with someone else, doing something else, working on something else, it doesn't matter because my mind is always turned towards you, Aries. You are a sweet and tempting distraction. And it's hard to not long for you and to not yearn for you. Because I do. Even when I'm doing something else or when I'm with something else, and this goes round and round as rhythm. In a cycle, it does not stop. For now, I stand still and I really don't make a move because I don't know what move to make. My mindset right now is of someone who is grieving, someone who's sad, and I don't want to communicate. I don't want to talk to anybody because I know what I've done is wrong. I know I betrayed you, and I can't change and turn back time. I wish I could. Aries. Wow. Guys, that was pretty powerful, wasn't it? What's interesting here is, in terms of the character of your person, you didn't have a lot going on here. I mean, we do have nourishment and how they feel about you in that sort of way, but the other cards, I categorize them as very different and unique kind of cards. It's interesting how I've, over the years now, really, my interpretation of this entire deck is so different. It's not what it's like where you buy the beautiful deck and you read the book. My interpretations are quite different. Here I do see a lot of gloomy feelings and emotions. And it's hard to be in a positive mindset when you're surrounded by this sort of energy. I see this energy could be a little bit, hopefully it's just a little bit, yourself, but it's also what your person of interest is feeling and thinking. All right, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. Eight of Arrows. Okay, I'm being prompted, to take out another one. There you go. Illusion. All right, so for those of you who are new, this deck I read back in time, in the past, in this lifetime with this person. Certain things were great in the beginning, but then things started to go uphill. Things were great, but then all of a sudden, everything just kind of came back down. It broke apart. What happened? This is for those of you that never received any closure. This person may have ghosted you. They may have abandoned you. They may have faded over time. And the communication is just hardly there. Breadcrumbing. This is also, hopefully, to understand what it is that your person of interest was going through at the time. So keep in mind the first set of cards I just read, that is the current status. Here, I look a little bit into the past. Eight of Arrows, Illusion, and Balance. Let's have a look at the Eight of Arrows first. And I do read these in the reverse. Ooh, it's the entire card. Okay, huge meaning. Eight of Arrows talks about how at some point in time your person of interest was feeling depressed. There was a feeling of entrapment. Victimization. Oh boy. Victimization. So this could go both ways. The victimization card itself, when it comes up here in any sort of form, it is either yourself who's feeling victimized or they feel victimized. Here, what I'm seeing is because they were depressed, a part of them feels that they were victimized, but they also know that they have done the same thing to you. Entrapped by emotions and sorrow, the inability to move or make a change. But they were also feeling victimized. And there is extreme sorrow. The card suggests that things may not be as things may not be as bad as they seem to appear. Obsession with one's personal problems to the detriment of others. Problems that may come from within. A sense of narcissism. Honestly, Aries, this card is jam-packed. It's got a lot of information, and clearly your person of interest was here. They were not feeling well, emotionally or mentally. It just wasn't working for them. Whatever happened in this connection, they didn't feel good, because whatever happened made them feel as if they also became victimized. Now, some of you may argue, but it is the way the cards are coming out here. You might not even have done anything. You might not have gotten that far in the connection, but this person feels it. Here we also have illusion. Sometimes also, guys, remember, people do have victim mentality, right? Even when they are not the victims, they just want to be, because it's a sympathy thing, right? They just want that sympathy. What is it called? I forgot what it's called. But they want that attention, right? That validation that whatever they are saying, whatever they are doing, they're the special ones and they have experienced all of this. So I do see here that sort of using that, not as an excuse, but dwelling on that. They're dwelling on that a lot. Or they did in the past. But it seems like you got the victim card still, right? In the beginning, the first set. And that's the current feelings and emotions of your person of interest. So you did receive that in the first set of cards, victimization. And here we're talking about it again. So it does appear that it is a theme and that somebody in this connection does feel victimized. Here we have illusion. Here it talks about delusion, deception, discomfort with emotions or even relationships, and a lack of satisfaction in a relationship. Confused by illusions that may or may not be real, not knowing if they were enchanted by love, for better or for worse. But the key words here, I would say, is confusion, not knowing if this love is real or not. That's the problem. So if there was any sort of affection in this connection, don't mean to rhyme there, but if there was any affection in this connection, this person does not feel that it might have been genuine. They may feel that it was like, meh, yeah, whatever. It's some type of connection, but it may not have love. This person wouldn't recognize love if it was staring them in the face. That's the type of situation we have here now. And part of it is because of the mentality that comes from that sense of depression and victimization. When somebody's depressed, and there's various levels of depression, nothing seems nice or right. Everything feels like it's terrible. And that's just the way life is when you are depressed. And this person could not be positive because everything around them, that cloud, their judgment, their thoughts, their experiences were molded by that feeling of depression and sadness. This is part of the reason why things just were very negative. The results were not positive as you perhaps had hoped for or wished for. It just didn't turn out the way you would hope for. Let's have a look at balance. Okay. Balance. Here we have harmony, or a lack of harmony, a lack of self-control, a lack of equilibrium, and not really feeling creative. Integration and moderation was needed. There needed to be a balance between the opposites. There was not, and there should have been, a union of the conscious and the unconscious aspects of the psyche. Your person of interest at some point in time started to feel very uncomfortable. They felt that there was an imbalance in this type of connection that they had with you. And the biggest thing of all, there was an inability to find peace within themselves or with others. And there was a lack of inspiration. Yeah, lack of inspiration, totally down in the dumps. So this person was in such a negative mindset that even if there was something happy, they're the type of person that could turn a good situation into something bad, or something that's positive into something negative. They could see the negative in everything. And it's because of the mindset that they were in at the time. This is not your fault, Aries. This is a them problem. They have to fix this on their own. And usually, a situation like this, when somebody has these sort of feelings and emotions, it's whatever environment they're in. It's whatever circumstances they are in. And those circumstances make them feel this way. And the worst thing is they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. There's no end in sight. They don't know what to do, where to go, how to handle this. And so it just keeps going on. Remember, you had the rhythms card, right? Yep. So it keeps going on in the mind over and over and over again, like a rhythm. It just doesn't stop. So your person of interest, yeah, you did have the rhythm card, I think, next to your victimization card. I think it was. And that's really interesting because the rhythms, it just keeps thinking about, oh, I was victimized. Or, oh, I victimized them. But it's something that is continuous and it's not healthy. Where's that going to get you? Crosswatcher. It won't get you anywhere. It doesn't get anybody anywhere. You need to stop that cycle and understand the root cause. Why did you do that? Why do you do the things that you do? Did somebody do that to you? Has it happened in your past? Have you learned something new about this person? Because if Crosswatcher, or if some of this resonates with you, Aries, if somebody here doesn't change and turn this situation into a positive feeling, it's going to be repeated, whether it's with you or whether it's with somebody else. And it's always going to be the same. Somebody in this connection is not going to be able to find peace or happiness or that harmony or that balance on the inside because they're not really trying to open their eyes and accept changes or accept new information that may come to them. What I'm seeing right now is the word circumstances. So it seems like whatever circumstances they are in, it kind of keeps them bound. Yeah, this is the Eight of Arrows, right? Yeah. The Eight of Arrows, traditionally in the other set, which is the Eight of Swords, it's somebody who is blindfolded. They can't see. They can't move. Their arms, legs, hands, feet are tied. They're surrounded by swords. They feel caged. They cannot move. And somebody far in the distance is watching them like a hawk. So this could be a third-party situation too, where this person wants to break free, but they just can't because they are at home with someone else and they want to be with you. Take it as it resonates. That could be vice versa for some of you because it is a general love reading. Okay. Oh, interesting. We have here the Beginner's Tarot. So here but I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. All right. Let's see. Here we have the Knight of Wands. So, do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? Eight of Swords right there. And we just looked at it and I just described it to you. And here it is again. So definitely your person of interest feels like they're caged. Entrapment in some sort of way. They're just trapped. They're caged. They're stuck. They can't let go. They can't release themselves. So this is definitely, I mean, this is rare that this happens. You definitely have a person here who is unable to break away from the circumstances that they are in. Even if they want to, they cannot because the circumstances are that intense. It's terrible for them. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Interesting. We have the Knight of Wands here and we have the Fool card. Both of these are characteristics of an individual who is very youthful. So it does seem, Aries, that your person of interest is youthful in a way. Now, it could be youthful in the sense that their mindset, they may be very young in terms of the way they feel and they think. Now, when we have this could also mean that they are just not wise. They are also inexperienced. It could be a couple of things. But here we do have somebody who is a few of what I'm about to say. They're very impulsive, compulsive, aggressive. Hopefully not abusive, but they're very rash when they take and make any sort of decision. Here, with the Knight of Wands, this person is going to, when they want to rush into your life, the issue here is when they do, the way they approach you is not truly the best way. It's very quick and very fast. A lot of energy, but lack of focus. And then we have here, just like the way I explained it, the Eight of Swords. Again, blindfolded, can't see, can't move, caged by these swords. Far in the distance, someone's watching them like a hawk. They are being watched. They cannot make a move, make a sound, and they feel that they are trapped. We have here Six of Pentacles. A part of them in their heart, deep down, they have made a decision. It's like a whisper I'm hearing that I do want them. And I do want them to be in my life. If only I could take them out and we could be together for a little while. That's what I'm hearing. And this is a small voice. It's the inside voice. It's a very soft, gentle voice, but a hopeful voice. Now, let's see. This person wants to take you out to breakfast, lunch, dinner. Certain things that they may feel that you would enjoy being in your company. They would like your company. Here, we also have the Fool. Now, the Fool card. Again, very youthful, very vibrant, very much alive. But the problem is, this person takes action first and thinks later. The problem with that is that they can make mistakes. Or they decide and the connection may start, but then it'll finish as soon as it had started because they did not think long and hard about it. This is somebody who's very impulsive because they are immature. They are unwise. They have a lack of experience. Do they have the passion, Aries? Yes, they do. Do they have the experience? Not really. Here we also have the Four of Swords. Because they don't get their way, and because life is just terrible for them from where they're from. In the background, we have here the Three of Swords in the window, but here we have the Four of Swords trying to heal. from the things that they have gone through and the things that they've put you through. Healing is needed here. Trying to figure out a way and understanding, why do I do the things that I do? Forcing oneself into isolation, forcing oneself into loneliness. Questioning oneself. How can I be better? How can I make things better? Now, when this happens, yes, there are these questions that this person asks themselves. The problem here is when this sort of thing happens, they retreat from the rest of the world to regain balance. Meaning, this person may have just ghosted you. They're not talking to you. They're not doing much. They're not talking to anybody. But the main reason is because they're trying to figure out, why the hell do they act the way that they do? Why did they do what they did to you? Why did this situation turn into such a crap show? I'm getting the sentence, and I don't talk like this. The trajectory was good, but then there was an offshoot. Okay. All right. Whatever that means. That's not my language. I don't talk like that. I have a very simple vocabulary. Okay. We have here the Queen of Cups. This is how your person views you. It's the overall arching theme. It's so sweet and beautiful. They do view you, and this is exactly why they want to be in this connection with you, because yes, it's hurting their heart and they want to heal so that they can be with you, but they also have this feeling of being caged. And that's just more of a tempting feeling that, my goodness, if I could only be with my Aries. This person feels caged, and the fact that they feel you have a lot of love to give. They feel that you're very soft, very gentle, that you have unconditional love, and they love it. And they want to be in this connection with you because of that trait, because of that characteristic that you have. They love it. They want to be with you for that reason only, because they have that love here. And the problem is that that love and this like random teenage type passion is not working well. I mean, this is a knight, but the characteristic of this knight mixed with the fool here, I mean, this is a fool, right? The person's acting like a fool. You can't be with a fool. Not only that, but the way it's going to work out is it's rushed. It's all rushed. You don't want anything rushed. And that's the funny thing here, because you have this person is even going to realize in the end that, you know what? I can't rush anything. I need to retreat and meditate and be on my own and wonder and understand, why do I do the things that I do? Why did I act like this? Why did I treat Aries like this? So it's interesting how after this, typically, is very much like the Hermit card for me. They will actually start to change. They will start to change, but it's going to take some time. This is an individual who has only realized what they have been doing recently. Imagine this, they've been doing it their entire life, and they didn't realize this. And for somebody like that to change, it takes time, a lot of time. All right, I have here Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. Here we have look for a sign followed by success. Very nice. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Yeah, you got a time right there. Wait. Followed by another time-related card in the near future. Interesting, Aries. So you have here, look for a sign. This could be signs and synchronicities, but I don't want you to kind of overly think about this and go out looking for them. They will come to you, and intuitively, your soul will recognize it. You don't have to worry about it. When things are going to happen, they're going to happen. It's like baking a cake. I've used this example many times before. You got all the ingredients, right? You put it together, you put it in the oven, but now it's just that waiting period. And if you take it out too soon, it's not going to be a proper cake. It'll be raw, a little mutated even. You don't want that. You want it to be the real deal, right? So for that, a little bit of patience is required. Now, this is a general love reading. You don't have to stick with this person. Feel free, if you think it's too much for you to handle, feel free to move on from this person. Some of you might even need to look for signs which are red flags. Yes, you may have been thinking that these flags don't exist, but go back in time, make a list of things, think about it. The things that this person has done, can you categorize them as things that are negative? Things that maybe they did in a negative way and you thought it was positive. So it's important to see the red flags in any relationship as well. But also here, on a positive note, look for those type of signs. This could be signs and synchronicities. It could be messages that you hear and a positive voice in your head. It could be billboard signs, things that you read, things that you hear, and it makes sense to you only. And that's what's interesting about it, is that you will understand what it means, and that's for you. Now, I also want you guys to be very, very careful because this happens a lot, okay? I'm just going to mention this, and I probably will have to make a video on this on my other channel. But sometimes we may get a phone call, okay? Sometimes it might be your person of interest. However, we may get a phone call, and this may seem as if it's your person of interest, but most of the time, majority of the time when I've done my readings and I've asked Angel Fake Heal, no, that was not your person. So we cannot just assume and think and start obsessing over this kind of stuff, okay? Let's deal with what's real, all right? And how this person reaches out to you physically, how they reach out to you, audio-wise, right? But you need to hear a voice, okay? So don't assume that if something happens, it's just from them, because then we are creating false hope. And you do want something that's real. You want something that's practical. We have here also, there is going to be success. So that's really good. There's going to be success, but it's only going to happen if you believe that it's going to happen, meaning you're going to invest that time, energy, and effort, that energy that is positive energy, and that is going to help you manifest something that you actually have believed in for quite some time. But now, please keep in mind that it has to be practical. You have to have had some type of a connection with this person over the past few months, weeks. There's some people, for example, 20 years go by and they're still hoping that the person of interest will reach out to them. I'm sorry. I love you and I know what you feel, but that's not practical. Okay? You have to take care of yourself. Can't be waiting for that long. Angel Fake Heal says if you reach out to somebody, 5 months is the best. If they don't reply in 5 months, then just move on. Here we have also unlikely helpful people. This actually is pretty interesting. For some of you, Aries, you may have been talking to some people who you really think are your friends, or even family members that you think have your best interest in mind, best interest at heart. No, they don't. Now, this doesn't mean everybody you're talking to is nasty. It just means unlikely there is going to be helpful people around you. Certain people that you may think are helpful, deep down inside, they may have a different hidden agenda. So I recommend that you be very, very careful who you are confiding in, who you are telling your secrets to or your plans to, because some people give you the evil eye, right? Negative energy. Here we also have wait. Just simply wait. If some of you are waiting for this, then it's okay. You're not worried for waiting or worried about waiting or worried about the time that's going to go by. Some of you are kind of okay with that, but it really depends on the stage that you're at, right? Like if you've been with this person for a very long time and you've been waiting for a very long time, you got to question yourself, is it even worth waiting for at this point? You don't want to be the person who just keeps chasing and chasing. You don't, because there's no value. You're not getting the value that you should be. You are being taken for granted. You're not being valued, and you deserve better. That's sometimes the reasons why these things don't work out, is because you deserve better. Here we also have in the near future. So things are going to be different. They're going to change slightly, but it's not going to be exactly what you thought it to be. I'm seeing here. It's going to be slightly different, a different kind of like a version or a variation of what you had thought. Aries, that is your reading. Please let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read the comments as much as I can, and I do try to reply to them, but I enjoy the fact that you guys write it. You guys also respond to each other, and there's that sense of community. One of the reasons I do request that you write it is because it gives me almost like it's research material for me to create content on my other channel, which is Asnointia Audio. On that channel, which is on YouTube, the videos are absolutely free, just like this channel. And the link is below. Over there, I do have one new video that I uploaded. There's 2 parts to it, so there's 2 videos. And it's regarding letting go and moving on. So some of you actually in this reading, you might find that particular topic interesting. And it'll help you understand certain things, why we don't let go and how can we move on. It's important to know that. And if you are feeling that little bit of struggle in this connection, I'd recommend that you view that video as well. And it's audio mostly, so you could just, go about your business throughout the day and just hear it in the background. I also recommend having a look at some of the past life and spiritual connections related videos that I have there. I also have some on other topics related to relationships and advice. I also have one on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove such things from your life. In this situation, I do see a little bit of energy that has been kind of accumulated over time for you and the cross watcher, actually. And I would recommend for some of you to get maybe the Holy Light package from my website. The website is below, you'll see. It's www.asnointia.com. Go to the rates and packages section, and you will see that I do have a variety of self-help packages, which are all related to allowing you to get rid of negative energies, but the topics are very different. Each one is for a different issue, okay? And I also have one that is on, it's not on, but it's regarding your chakra centers and regarding your home, regarding your aura. So I do have the ability of having a look remotely at the negative energies that exist wherever it is that you're living, anywhere in the world, around your aura and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. So I tell you, with the help of Angel Fakio, she confirms it for me. I tell you what you have, how many you have, and I teach you how to get rid of these things from your life, because it's very important. Whatever's owed to you karmically will come. Whatever's written in your original book of life will come, but it can't come if it is blocked by negative energies. If you want to manifest something, and if you have these giant boulders there, those boulders represent the negative energies. So I teach you how to get rid of those things so that anything that's supposed to come to you, it will naturally and gently and softly come into your life, and your life will be better. All the negative energies will be gone. Okay? I personally, many of you know, I've been through a lot. I probably still have to create a video on that. That's going to be very lengthy. But I've created this to help people get rid of such things from their life. And honestly, if you guys feel that somebody jinxed you, it's like black magic, a hex, a curse, or anything like that, this package does get rid of it. The Chakra Checkup package is what it's called. The Chakra Checkup package. Also, this particular package will get rid of, in your home, any sort of negative energies or entities that you may feel that are lingering. So anything spooky that goes on in your home, it'll get rid of that as well to keep you safe, to make you feel better, a little lighter, a little brighter. The environment will feel different. And it's a very simple method, not difficult at all. Do I do love readings? Yes, I do. I do love readings. The one I have available right now, it's a PDF plus an audio. So that's very much in detail. You get a lot of detail in that reading. And of course, I have my past life package. That package is really interesting. It's quite lengthy even when I provide you with the content. And it goes into the depth as to what you guys were at some point in time, and either in history or on a rare occasion, it could be that it's set at a different timeline. But it gives you a lot of information regarding the both of you and why you do the things that you do at this moment in time. Why is that reaction? Why are you guys interacting in that way? So it'll give you a little bit of understanding. Why was the connection so intense? If it's hard for you to let go, if it's hard for you to move on, if it's hard for you to stop obsessing, then you have a spiritual connection. You're either twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners, maybe even more. But those are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most intense. So have a look. I do recommend, before you place an order, guys, definitely read the description. And because the slots get filled in really fast, I would recommend that you try to book as soon as you hear this video. If you're really interested, I'd recommend that, because then during the rest of the month, I'm pretty much booked and I don't have time. So if you feel like placing an order, the earlier, the better. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all again. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.